Hi, my name is Codename Gamma, and today we're going to be going over your viewer-submitted questions. Before I begin, I'd like to start off by saying thank you guys for watching and thank you for being a part of my channel and my experience here on YouTube. I started making Sonic videos and Sonic hacking videos and videos in general on YouTube full-time for about coming up to a year now. So the amount of support and how fast I've grown over that year has just been insane, and I just want to thank each and every one of you guys for subscribing and watching and commenting. It really means a whole lot to me. I really can't thank you guys enough for supporting me in this endeavor. There was more than 100 comments on the last video asking for your questions. I only got to pick 10 of those, and we're going to try to answer them all right now. If your question didn't get picked, I'm sorry. I'm going to go back after this video is posted and respond to as many of those questions as I can. So don't feel bad if your question didn't get picked. There might be a response in the comments. So let's kick this off with our first question.
Hi, I'm Jovial Nightz, and I'll be reading for Codename Gamma today. And the first question is, how did you come up with the rabbit's design and what's her name? And one related to that is the one who says words said, what decided you to have your mascot be a cute purple rabbit?
As you know, in Sonic Forces, you have to create your own character, and that's a big selling point in the game. So I decided to make this purple rabbit that I thought looked really nice and looked cute. And it turns out you guys really liked her too, so I decided to have an artist draw her up, and she kind of became the mascot for my channel. Every time a game comes out, I try to change up the design and do something different, either in a different art style or just tweaks on the character itself. As you know, in Sonic Mania Plus, when that came out, I switched to a Chow design, and that's been kind of fun to switch those up every now and then, so that way the channel doesn't feel stale and you guys kind of have a reason to look at something during the end card. As far as a name or likes, dislikes, a profile, any of that kind of stuff, I just haven't made any. The whole thing is it's kind of just been a representative of my channel and not a representative of me myself. So that's why instead of something like Radical Soda's OC where her name's Poppy and she kind of is the mascot for the channel, this character doesn't have a name. My plan was to eventually do a contest and have you guys come up with a name for her, but I just really haven't gotten around to it yet. Maybe we'll end up doing that in the future.
Another question is, what games did you have trouble making cheat tables for? And this one's from Chalk Ice 75.
As far as making cheat tables, it comes down to how the game is programmed. Sometimes they're programmed very easily and will let me tweak things without the game crashing. Other times it's very strict on those checks, and changing any little thing while you're looking for something will cause the game to crash. And that's always bad because then I have to start over and redoing scans, and it takes a while. One game in particular, Sonic Forces, was pretty hard when I started. I was very frustrated when I started hacking Sonic Forces because it was very different from Sonic Mania and what I was used to. I had to learn a whole lot of new methods to get the addresses and values that I needed to change the things that I wanted to change. But once you find those, then you can go into the code and you can kind of see how the game manipulates those values, and then you could do different things. But it all starts with finding those values first, and that was particularly hard in Sonic Forces, especially because it was my first time doing that stuff. But yeah, as far as making cheat tables and making cheats and hacks for games, all games give up the ghost eventually. It's just you have to keep on doing it, and it's a matter of how much time you want to put in versus what you're going to get out of it. Sonic Mania and Sonic Forces, I put in the most time, and therefore I got a lot out of them.
This one's from Knuckles the Echidna, and it says, how do you feel about the new Sonic movie and the new TV show?
As far as the TV show, I'm really glad that they're getting back into TV again. Sonic Boom was great. I really enjoyed Season 1. I haven't seen much of Season 2 because it stopped coming on Cartoon Network and then I couldn't watch it. So while I would love to catch up on Season 2, I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon until they do a Blu-ray or DVD release, and I just don't see that happening, sadly. Sega just doesn't seem too interested. Hopefully in this new project there'll be some renewed interest in getting something that has a bunch of staying power and can last at least 3 or 4 seasons, maybe even 6 seasons in a movie. I mean, that would be the dream, but who knows if that'll happen or not. As far as the movie, it has Jim Carrey in it. How bad could it really be? I think Jim Carrey's a smart guy and he doesn't sign up for just about anything, so who knows, maybe it'll turn out to be pretty good. Maybe it won't. Maybe it'll be another Grinch situation. But either way, it has Jim Carrey in it, and I think I'm going to watch it at least a few more times just because he's awesome.
This one's from Jamal Main. It says, in your opinion, is it worth purchasing Sonic Forces or for modding purposes?
At this point, I think if you're going to buy Sonic Forces, you should do it because you want to try the game, or maybe because it's on sale and you want to try the game. But to buy it just because you want to make mods for it, well, I would love to say that would be a good thing for you to do. I don't think it is. Sadly, I think that the fan base and everybody who was going to play and hack that game has done it and then have moved on. I would look into Team Sonic Racing when that comes out because that will have a renewed interest in it, and hopefully we can get some good mods out of that as well.
This next question is from Arcadius Rakus, and it says, what do you think is the best that you've ever done?
I think the best thing I've ever done is start this channel. I mean, just in this year alone that I've been doing this, I've met so many cool people. I've been a part of the Sonic fan base like I never have been before. And it's been pretty cool all around. You know, I got to work with some cool people like Garrulus64 and Dave Ace. She says for doing some Boundary Break episodes, making cool stuff for you guys. Yeah, if I had to say anything, I'd say my YouTube channel was probably the best choice I made in putting my time into.
This next comment is from TwisterTH, and it says, hi, I love your content and your videos and your Mascot. Say, if you're ever to make a fan game, or even your own original game, what would it be and how would it look?
Well, one game I really loved, and it's a shame that it's no longer around or the franchise isn't being updated, is Jazz Jackrabbit. I think Jazz Jackrabbit 2 is a pretty great game. I mean, for what it is, it's basically Sonic with guns. And yeah, Sega did Sonic with guns with Shadow the Hedgehog, but I mean, a 2D Sonic-style game built in the retro engine with a gun or shooting mechanics with fun weapons, I think would be insane. But sadly, I don't think anybody's interested in Jazz the Jackrabbit anymore, but I would love to try to make that concept a reality again. Sadly though, unless I partner with somebody else, I don't know if that concept is ever going to come to fruition. But I guess we'll just have to wait and see.
This next question is from Juan Mortoturo, and it says, what's your favorite type of banana?
The yellow kind.
This next question is from Mark Delphia, and it says, have you ever thought about doing gameplays of bootleg Sonic games, or maybe terrible Sonic fan games?
You know, there's tons of people out there who do gameplay commentaries. Dave Ace, Knuckles Channel 3 and Knuckles, Garrulus64, people like the Game Grumps. They all do commentary on games that they play while they play them. I don't think that doing commentary is what makes my channel special and what makes my content pop. I mean, what am I going to say that somebody else really hasn't said and probably said better and been more entertaining while doing it? So I probably won't do any gameplay commentaries. I mean, there's tons of people, like I said, there's tons of people that do it. I don't gotta be one of them.
This next question is from Greenline257, and it says, do you ever play other games other than Sonic? Mario, Fortnite, Five Nights at Freddy's?
As far as games, the other game I have probably the most hours in that isn't a Sonic game is Team Fortress 2. Sadly, since I started the channel, I've kind of backed off of TF2, but I used to be very into it, and I would play for a few hours at a time, and it just kind of accumulates over time. I still really love the franchise, and I wish that it would come back in a big way, but it just hasn't yet. As far as, you know, other games, I think Freedom Planet has something really cool going for it, and I can't wait to see what the new version of that looks like when that comes out finally. Same thing with Mega Man 11 when that comes out. That's going to be hopefully fantastic, and there should be a ton of hacking opportunity there. Oh, and I can't forget A Hat in Time. A Hat in Time is an awesome game. The new DLC, Seal the Deal, is super cute and awesome. I hope that they make more games in the future just like that, or make another sequel or more DLC. It's going to be great. They did something amazing there that nobody has done quite yet. One thing I used to play a lot of is RPGs like Final Fantasy 7, 8, and 9. I can't find myself really getting into those. I just don't have the time really anymore, or the concentration to sit there and mash buttons and read text for hours on end like I used to.
And this next question is from Notikin, and it says, how was the development of Multi-Mania?
The development of Multi-Mania was pretty interesting. It started off with me just messing around and learning as much as I could about how the game handles player inputs and handles players in general. Then after that, I theorized that we could just somehow send whatever memory is going on in one game over the network to another, and we just jam it in there, it'll kind of work. As you know, on the project, I partnered up with Supersonic 16. We work on a lot of stuff together, and he's the main coding side of this whole thing. Without him, Multi-Mania wouldn't be possible. A lot of the stuff I do just wouldn't be possible. And luckily, you know, once I got him interested and once we figured out what needed to be done, we managed to get a proof of concept working to see how it worked, and surprisingly, it worked out pretty well. Once we figured out that the concept worked, it was more about just fixing the small things to make it look like it should and work like it should. And so far, I think that the reception has been great on the Multi-Mania Discord. We have over 200 users. I'm not exactly sure the exact numbers, but I'll stick them up on the screen. And there's a lot of people who have been able to play with their friends and have experiences with Sonic Mania online that they never would have in person. And that's always amazing to see. Again, that never would have happened without Super Sonic 16. I owe him so much, along with everybody. I mean, he's done a lot for the Sonic modding community and as a whole, in just the time that I've been doing this. So, I would like to take a second again just to, thank you for everything that you do, for not only working with me, but for the community so we can make cool stuff together. I can't thank you enough, man. If you guys love what he does, he worked and helped do the mod loader, a ton of other project Multi-Mania, and even some really, really cool stuff that you guys haven't seen that's going to be coming out soon. Drop him a thank you. Say, Super Sonic 16, you're awesome. I love the stuff that you do. Give him a thanks in the comments. I know he'd really appreciate that. I definitely appreciate that.
This one's from me. So, have you ever thought about doing more from Freedom Planet? Like modding and stuff like that?
Of course, when Freedom Planet 2 finally comes out, I'm going to do some more hacks and mods on it. If people end up liking it, then of course I'll do more. And that's about it. That's all I have time for today. I'd like to thank Jovial Nightz. She was nice enough to voice and read off these questions for me. Why don't you tell everybody where they can find you?
Thank you, Code, for letting me be part of your video. If you want to follow more from me, you can find me through almost any social media using the username JovialNightz. In the description, I have my card account, which has a link to all of them. Follow me through that to find more from me.
I'd like to thank all the cool people who made the fan art. You should see them scrolling across the screen now. You guys are awesome. If you guys have any fan art you'd like to send, stick them up and maybe we'll do another Q&A soon and we'll do the same thing like we're doing here. Anyway, thank you guys all for watching. Don't forget to do that like, comment, subscribe thing. Stay safe out there, and I'll talk to you guys again real soon.